The Lantern of Lost Time. In a quiet village tucked away between misty mountains, there was a story that had been passed down through generations. It was said that in the heart of the forest, beyond the tall oaks and winding streams, stood an ancient lantern. This was no ordinary lantern. It was the lantern of lost time, a magical light that could reveal forgotten moments and lost memories. Only those with a pure heart and a deep longing for discovery could find it. A curious boy named Finn had always been enchanted by this tale. Every evening he would sit by the fire with his grandmother, listening to her stories about the lantern's magic. He dreamt of discovering the lantern one day and learning its secrets. One cool autumn evening, after hearing the story once again, Finn made a decision. "I'm going to find the lantern of lost time," he whispered to himself. His heart was full of wonder, and he couldn't resist the call to adventure. The next morning, Finn packed a small satchel with bread, water, and a notebook to document his journey. As the sun rose and painted the sky in golden hues, he set off toward the forest, following the winding path his grandmother had once told him about. The deeper Finn ventured into the forest, the quieter the world seemed to become. The trees towered above him, their leaves rustling gently in the breeze. Soon, the familiar sounds of the village faded, and Finn felt as if he were stepping into a place untouched by time. Hours passed, and Finn's determination never wavered. As dusk began to fall, he stumbled upon an ancient stone archway, half hidden by ivy and moss. It looked as though it hadn't been touched for centuries. With a deep breath, Finn stepped through the arch and into a hidden glade. At the center of the glade stood a stone pedestal, upon which sat the lantern of lost time. Its soft, flickering glow cast long shadows on the ground, and the air around it seemed to shimmer with magic. Finn's heart raced with excitement as he approached the lantern, his footsteps silent on the moss-covered ground. The lantern's glow deepened as Finn reached out to touch it, and as his fingers brushed against its surface, a gentle voice echoed in the air. "Only those who seek the lost moments may truly unlock the lantern's magic." Finn paused, his curiosity piqued. "What do you mean? What is it that I must seek?" he asked, his voice trembling slightly. The voice answered, "The lantern of lost time does not show the future, but it can reveal the memories that have slipped away from your heart. It is up to you to choose what you wish to remember." With a steady breath, Finn closed his eyes and thought of the moments he longed to rediscover. His late mother's warm embrace, the laughter of his childhood friends, the day he first learned to ride his bike under the setting sun. He held these memories in his heart, and as he focused on them, the lantern's glow grew brighter, swirling with colors like the sky at dusk. Suddenly, Finn felt himself being pulled into the light. It was as though time had folded in on itself, and he was no longer standing in the glade. Instead, he found himself in a memory, a sunny afternoon from his childhood. He was running through the village square with his friends, laughter ringing in the air. The world was simple and joyful. Finn could almost smell the scent of fresh-baked bread from the bakery and hear the chatter of the villagers. It was a moment he had long forgotten, but now it felt vivid and alive. Tears welled in Finn's eyes as the memory played out before him. He realized that while he could never relive the past, the lantern had gifted him the ability to hold on to the warmth of those precious moments. As the memory faded and the scene shifted back to the lantern, Finn felt a deep sense of peace. You found what you sought, the voice said softly. The true magic of the lantern of lost time is not in changing the past, but in remembering the moments that shaped you. Finn stood quietly for a moment, feeling the weight of the lantern's gift in his heart. He knew he could never change the past, but now he could carry those memories with him, and they would always light his way. As Finn turned to leave, the lantern's glow dimmed, but its warmth remained in his chest. He made his way back through the forest, his heart full of gratitude. The path seemed clearer now, as though the lantern's magic had illuminated not just his surroundings, but his understanding of time itself. When Finn returned to the village, he shared his journey with his grandmother, telling her of the lantern's magic and the moments he had rediscovered. She smiled warmly and hugged him close, knowing that Finn had found something more precious than any treasure, the gift of remembrance. And so, the lantern of lost time continued to shine in its hidden glade, waiting for those who sought the forgotten moments of their hearts. For, as Finn learned, sometimes the most beautiful treasures are the memories we carry with us, lighting the way through every season of life. The end.